This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
It's a magnificent Monday here at Guardian Radio today, 96.9 FM, right here in beautiful Nassau, Bahamas. I am Garth Minard Roseborough, joining you again today, and we're going to have a great show today. As always, I make the effort to be here for you to ensure that we can entertain your conversation, and we're looking forward to a great one today. For those who are just joining us for the first time, this is a call-in talk show, and you can give us a call at any given time. Get your pen and paper ready. I will give you those numbers. If you use your cell phone, you can type it on in and log in. This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM on your dial. Fresh news, smart talk all day. You can follow us on Guardian Radio, on Twitter at Guardian Radio 96, or Instagram at Guardian Radio 969. You can check us out on the BDC Flow channel 612 or Cable Bahamas channel 969. Today, I promise you a great show. We were here yesterday for Remark on Sundays, 5 to 6:30 p.m. with Darwin, Russell, and myself. And we had a great conversation talking about the house in the Bahamas, and I just want to express a token of gratitude to those people who tuned in yesterday, and you are part of that conversation. It was a great show, a great conversation, and once again, I just simply want to say to you, thank you. Today, I promised you a guest by the name of Jit Culmer, who's sitting in with me today, and Gabby said she's going to be on her way here. She wants to join in this particular conversation, but Jit Culmer has become a good friend of mine, a man whom I respect as a stalwart or as a giant in our country, a man who stands on principle, a man who stands on history, a man who stands on purpose. I loved his sense of integrity, and today I want to welcome him to the show. Jit Culmer, how are you today, sir?
Oh, I'm wonderful, thank you, Garth, and I say thank you for inviting me, and I'm do my best.
You do your best. But you always start so humbly, and I just got to admire that about you. You try to be humble, but by the end of the conversation, I know your strength and what you have to offer. But what I like most about you, and I see the people already calling in already. I don't know what they'll call me for, but is this a call I should take right now? What I liked about you when I first met you is you are young in spirit, young in body. And I recall the last time that I traveled and I came through Sir Lyndon Pinling Airport. It was you who greeted me at the door, and I was so happy to see you. And I said, man, I got to have you on the show. And it's been some time since then that I've been trying to get you on the show. So I called someone who I know could possibly hear, and she succeeded. And so I want to say thank you to Erica Morris. I'm going to give her a shout out today. I don't know what you do to Brother Jit, but you got him here. And I just feel that this is a gentleman who the nation needs to hear from in terms of wisdom. And I think that is something that is lacking a whole lot in our nation-building process, in our politics, in our family ethic. And so this is why I really have you here, not to be the host today, but to simply sit at your feet once again and allow you to express to the Bahamian people that which you have in your heart today for them, because I believe that it is your fabric that we need to model after as we continue to push this nation forward. And as you sat here today, you made mention to me that you want to say something today about this taxi drivers police that's headlining here in today's edition of the Nassau Guardian. And you are in the tourism business, I would assume. You are a livery or a taxi driver. You may have some knowledge of this as to why you want to chime in on this particular headliner today, because while we are this, we also want to focus on the by-election field and the political field in the country. We want to have a hot conversation today with that. But let's go ahead and let's dive into this taxi drivers police clash. What do you have to offer us today in terms of that, Mr. Jit Culmer? And tell them who you are. Let them know how great you are. Don't think you're going to bribe them.
I'm just plain simple.
You ain't no simple fella. You want me to start talking your business? You want me to start talking your business?
That's it.
How when you were a young boy, you had to get shipped over to Mangrove Key on the mailboat? You want me to talk your business? Talk your business, man.
Yes.
Talk your business. We would need to know this business because, see, young people, I'm not beating up the young people, you know. You young people just don't understand. To get to where we are today, it wasn't just picking up a cell phone and talking to Google and we got the answers and we're here today. These people went through experiences. And so just a little bit about your childhood. Tell these people the strengths of Jit Culmer. What made Jit Culmer the man he is today?
Well, I was born in Baintown. A lot of people don't know that. I grew up in Mangrove Key, Andros, with my grandmother on the bay, picking up coconuts and that kind of stuff, digging cassava and potato in the field. Mm-hmm. That's me, plain old simple me.
Going to the pump or going to the well?
Yes, when I came back to Nassau, I had to go to the pump and I get water, walk back to the house, and you know what it is when you're sitting in a tin tub and you bathing, you got to sit on the edge of the tub. And I remember one night I fell over backwards because I was working all day and I was tired. And the tub tipped over with me. And all that water in the house that night. So
you all used to sweep the yard with the coconut brush and all the other type of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. But see, young people look at the country today, everything is mechanized, everything is automated. We complain. Everything is going wrong in this country. But it almost seems to me, listening to the elders, that times were more simple, but they seem to be of a high quality.
Yes. We did everything by the book at that time. Your grandmother, your mother, your auntie or your uncle, whoever was there in charge, they took care of you and they made sure that you did what you had to do when you had to do it.
You know, right now these young people say ain't nobody in charge of them. They in charge, they growing themselves up, they're in charge of their future, but they complaining we can't buy no house, we can't get no job, they wouldn't legalize marijuana. They keep promising us they could legalize this thing would be like to smoke. And, we got a problem where we got to compete with foreigners in the country now. I mean, the complaints are endless. But when I grew up looking at your generation, it just seemed to me as if everything just simply worked right. When you were growing up, you were under, the UBP, the United Bahamian Party? What time was it when you were growing up?
Well, the UBP came after.
After?
There was really no political party until 1956, 53, when the Progressive Liberal Party was formed.
Have mercy.
And then the United Bahamian Party was formed sometime after that. Mm-hmm. There was no party in the House of Assembly.
What did you have?
You just had independent members.
Oh, you had independent members?
Yeah, everybody.
Until 1953?
Yeah.
And the country still was doing okay.
Yeah.
In 1953.
That was the Progressive Liberal Party. Mm-hmm. That's when that party was formed.
And it was a popular party, or was it just a party that was thinking that, you know what, these people are crazy?
There were some men and women who saw the need for a united country where, yes, the independents in the House, it is difficult to get 40 men and women together to come for a common cause. And they thought, you know what, let's bring in the party government. Let's let the Westminster system work the way it should work. And so then for the first time we had party, and it worked. It worked.
And it took them, 15 years, 14, 15 years in order for them to succeed?
Yeah.
That long? 3 terms?
Yeah.
Just about? Have mercy. Well, Chitkalma, man, you're here today, and I know you have some political background in terms of who you supported at the time or who you found to be an amazing person. And so when you're looking at your early development in this country, who would you say was the most remarkable person in your mind that you could say, you know what, here's a great person that we can esteem to build our country?
My early days in politics, I think I was about 18, 19 years old. And I had some friends who and we go out and we party and stuff like that. And one evening they say to me, hey, listen here, what you doing? I said, nothing, I'm going home. I said, well, listen here, go home, change your clothes, be coming back for you. Lo and behold, I ended up in the St. Agnes constituency for Cecil Wallace Whitfield. Never knew him, never met him. But I was driving a car, picking up people to go to get registered to vote. And it so happened that I met Sir Cecil Wallace Whitfield that very night for the first time. And from there on in, I was into the political life. And I did everything I could have at that time to get, I didn't know the Progressive Liberal Party. So if you ask me if I was a PLP, I might tell you no.
Wow.
But Cecil Wallace Whitfield was the man that brought me into politics. And from there on into the day, he's still my man. He's someone I look up to.
Wow.
As a father.
Early introduction.
Early introduction.
And so skipping ahead, right now, today, what is your profession?
I drive.
You still drive?
I still drive.
So how many years you been driving?
I'm an trained automotive mechanic. And for some reason, somebody came to me and said, hey, look here. I got a busload of people got to go on a tour of Grand Bahama. And I get this regularly. So I want you to drive one of them buses for me. I said, man, you got to be crazy. And he said to me, I'm going to put you on a bus with a driver. And all I want you to do is listen to him. Listen to what he say, how he say it. That's the tour. I say, okay. I listen. And 3 days later, he gave me my own bus. And I was able to repeat verbatim everything that young man was saying on that bus. And then I said, hey, hold it. Kendall, you're better than that. Let me show you how Kendall Culmagan do it. And I went on my own tour because I knew the history of the country, and I was able to speak to the visitors as I should have, giving them good information, history of the country.
And that's good.
And that's where I started in the tour business.
Well, what I like about that story is that they were able to give you what I call a beginning, and you were able to take it and custom design it to suit your personality that added to a flavor that would be unique for any guest coming into the Bahamas. How did I put that? I put that okay?
Oh, yeah. And, you know, some people don't understand this, but I realized one day while I was answering questions for the guests, a gentleman walked up beside me and he said, Kendall, you were right. All of the information that you gave me is right here in this book. He had a copy of the Bahamian Annual, reading it and asking me questions as I went along the tour.
Man, you are indeed a proud son of the Bahamas. And so now that you have entered into the political understanding, that of being a driver, what is your take now on the headline of Guardian News today in terms of taxi drivers and the police clash?
It's not something that I'm proud of at all.
You're not proud of it politically or as a driver? Or both?
As a driver, as a citizen of this country, I'm not proud of it.
Tell us what's going on so we can understand.
The difficulty here between taxi drivers and the tour operators, the airport, and the cruise port. The cruise port on Lynden Pinland International Airport is the gateway to this country. Neither of those entities, its management is up to par. I am at Lynden Pinland International Airport almost every day, and it's not functioning as it ought to. It is not being managed the way it had been intended to be managed when BIVRAS did the construction and handed over to the Bahamian management team. It's not working. And so, what do we do? With the taxi drivers, I feel their pain, as I do feel my pain also, because everybody believed that between taxi drivers and livery drivers
There's
and the
no
tour
war?
operators.
There's no war?
No, it's just, there's a simple lack of understanding which way is up.
What I see is, I see a taxi driver that goes from the airport, and if he goes to Paradise Island, my price might be off. But let's say that's a $60 ride. But if he goes in one of those Yukons or Suburbans, that's almost like a $120 ride, eh?
Yeah.
So no rift in between in terms of pricing and envy and jealousy.
That is not supposed to happen.
It's not supposed to happen, but does it
The
happen?
law provides for both of us to work in the same area. The difficulty is the government, the road traffic department, has never been able to stand between these two entities and say, hey, look, you, that's yours, and that's his over there.
Why haven't they done that, you feel, based on your experience?
The road traffic department is an entity that I'm not proud of at all. It's non-functional. They've got a lot of people walking around the place, do not know and do not understand what in the world they're supposed to be doing.
But is that a political situation, or is that one that would rest with the permanent secretary and the business executive staff of the road traffic department?
I would say that some of that is political, yes.
Why political?
Because,
I'm trying to understand that.
Because we continue to bring in persons in this transportation industry to manage it,
Like who?
have not been trained, to carry out their duties.
Well, you got me almost speechless. What do you mean not been trained? I would think that if I'm in the road traffic department, I would work, I would be taking some type of classes or some type of course that as I elevate myself with the open of transportation, that I would be qualified to take on additional responsibilities.
They can't do that.
What do you mean they can't do that?
They're not doing that.
That's the way it's supposed to work.
That's the way it's supposed to work, but it ain't working that way.
So how does the Bahamas system work if that doesn't work?
Because road traffic, as I knew it about 35, almost 40 years ago, when I started in it, the road traffic officers did their job. And they did it well.
When you started,
They were persons that you were able to look up to and say, yes, sir, no, sir.
how long ago? How many years back you?
35, 40 years ago. Today, the road traffic department is non-functional.
I can't believe that. Because see, these Bahamian people, you're paying your taxes. You're paying for insurance. You're paying for your registration. You're paying for your inspection. You're paying for traffic violations. And you're trying to tell me that all of this revenue coming in, that for the last 35, 40 years, we're not getting a proper return on our investment, or we're not getting proper management of the system itself to where we can have order within our operations? Is that what you're saying to me?
Let me say this to you.
That's what you're saying to me. That's what I'm hearing.
A couple of weeks ago, the Road Traffic Department hired a whole crew. And one of the young ladies walked up to me and says, are you a public service driver? Yes, I am. Well, can I see your public service driver's badge? Well, who are you? Oh, I work for Road Traffic Department. Well, do you have any identification to say so? I say, because this uniform does not really authenticate that you are a road traffic officer. Give me a piece of paper, give me something to say that I have this as an ID.
He's a biggity old man, man.
And she looked at me, like, what have I done?
Yeah, but I mean, the woman asked for you, so you asking her back.
Yeah, and I said to her, you have no identification that you work for Road Traffic Department. Why did they send you here undressed? Because...
Without your badge, you undressed.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You don't have anything to identify yourself. And then you're going to come look up at this gray-haired man and ask him for identification. That is what is happening with the Road Traffic Department. The Road Traffic Department, one time ago, was able to give you a citation, you appear before the magistrate's court, you're found guilty, you're sentenced.
They can't do that right now?
Not with that crew down there.
Caller, you're on the line. This is Guardian Radio Today. Go ahead, caller. Caller, go ahead.
Hello?
Hello? Turn your radio down. You're on the line. Hello? That person, we couldn't hear what they're saying. We're going to take a quick break, Chit Kalma.
Okay.
I want to jumpstart this program, but I had to give you a launching pad so people can understand that many of the issues of this country has nothing to really do with PLP and F&M.
No.
It has everything to do with the way we handle business. And you people, you got to grow up. You got to mature up. If you're going to fix this country, we got to fix it together. We'll be right back.
If you come from the island, you know nothing is more important than family. I am Brian Brown, and the people of Golden Isles are my family. I'm proud to serve my neighbors and friends. I'm asking for your vote to be your next MP. I believe in showing up all the time, not just election time. So on November 24th, vote F&M, because this time around, we are going with Brian Brown.
Paid for by the Free National Movement.
Loss of family members is very isolating, and people who have experienced loss appreciate when others have shared their grief. If you can't be there in person, go to the Nassau Guardian's website online at thenassauguardian.com and visit our obituary link. The Nassau Guardian's interactive obituary link allows you to read the funeral, express condolences, or place photos on the online guide for 1 full year. Losing a loved one is painful, but that pain isn't the worst thing to happen. Friends, loved ones, colleagues, and neighbors who ignore the loss compound the pain. Should the bereaved family wish to place the obituary and photos on our site, just contact the Guardian's funeral industry partners or the Nassau Guardian. Remember, there isn't one magic right thing to say to someone experiencing loss that will make the loss less painful or easier to bear. The Nassau Guardian's obituary link Available on NassauGuardian.com. This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM.
This is Guardian Radio today, 96.9 FM, right here in the Bahamas. I'm Garth Maynard Roseborough. I'm sitting here with none other than Mr. Jit Culmer. And we're just trying to chop up a situation here with the taxi drivers having a clash with the Royal Bahamas Police Force right in downtown Bay Street. Apparently, the taxi drivers are a bit frustrated. They are tired of the conditions. One, Mr. Moore, is saying that, you know what, these clashes don't need to occur. They're making every effort to make sure that there is an experience that both can actually come to terms with. And apparently, there's some miscommunication. They're asking for involvement for mediation with government officials from the Ministry of Transport as well as the Ministry of Tourism. And so I have none other than Mr. Jit Culmer here, who is a man who's been driving for years. He has been around for the time of our successful Wallace Whitfield and prior to that. And he's been driving for most of his life. And I'm getting some text here. One person says, Garth, y'all are beating around the bush. We all know where this show is headed with you and Mr. Culmer. Now, I beaten around the bush. And we all know, now, I don't know who we is. I'm trying to figure who we is because I don't know what they talking about, what bush they talking about. I don't know where we heading, what they thinking. But I know this is something that he wants to discuss because he is a driver. And this actually touches his heart. And me being the person that I am, I'm sitting here behind the mic, but I do not run a dictatorship. Not me. I am a man, I believe in democracy. I believe that everyone has a voice. Everyone has an opinion. And so we're going to have a conversation here for Mr. Jit Culmer to jump into. And of course, I do have a political conversation for you today. But I'd like for you to just text me back or go ahead and call in if you're bad and tell me exactly what you're thinking because I don't know what you're talking about. The next texter says, good day, Garth and host. Those taxi drivers need to be heard and attended to. But every government administration ignoring them is time for a change. Now, Mr. Culmer, that last text, they use the word every, see, I like language, government administration, which will only be PLP and F&M over the number of years, is ignoring them, and it's time for a change. Now, I'll tell you what I know about taxi drivers. I heard you, the people, complain about some taxi drivers are Jamaican, and some taxi drivers are Haitian, and y'all don't know how come y'all come to the airport, and y'all hearing somebody else's language and someone else's culture in a taxi cab. That's what I heard y'all say. So I do suppose then that this whole taxi drivers union situation is extremely complex. I'm supposing, based on the performance, that it's not an easy solution to come to terms, but we have someone here in the studio today that can give us an expert opinion on what's really going on. And so the microphone is open to you. The phone call is 325-4316, 325-4259, or you can go ahead and call toll-free 300-5720 or text me at 422-4796. We're going to chop this down because, we do want to talk about the by-election, of course. We do want to talk about Dr. Hubert Alexander Minnis. We do want to talk about Mr. Blue Johnson over there in Freetown. Yes, I want to go there, but before I get there, my guest is none other than Mr. Jit Culmer, and I'm going to make sure I'm going to do what a host does, make his guests feel comfortable to add to this conversation of the taxi clash with the police officers.
I think it's a problem. It is something that the government, the managers of the port, the managers of the airport need to sit down and speak to people and understand and make a decision about how you're going to govern your entity. I work primarily from the airport, and I have been there from the construction of the new airport. It has been constructed to do a specific thing.
It's a portal.
The LPIA have not yet been able to understand how it is supposed to function.
What you mean?
They don't know how the airport is supposed to function, particularly when it comes to transportation.
No, man, you can't believe that in 2025, not in November.
They must not understand because they're still trying to figure it out.
Figure out what?
How?
What's there to figure out?
How you pick up and drop off passengers at LPIA. I've been having conversations with the managers of the airport for almost 20 years, and they still today do not understand how you get people in and out of the airport safely. And I use that term.
You're trying to tell me every time I go down there, y'all have not perfected the whole idea of me dropping off and picking up passengers?
No. The managers of LPIA do not understand how that is supposed to happen, despite the fact there is a commercial zone that says commercial lane, pick up passengers
Where it is?
only.
Where?
It's in the airport.
We don't see that.
Yes, sir.
When we
It's
come there, we don't. When we see traffic jam. We see the taxis go to the left. We go to the right. And then we see 2-3 lanes on the right side, even though it's supposed to be 2 lanes. And 1 lane is supposed to be for drop off. Another lane is supposed to surpass those dropping off. And then you go all the way down to the customs area and pick up. And then it's always congested up in there. And the policeman there with his book in his hand try to book people or tell them keep moving. That's how I understand the airport to be.
Well, in my view, ain't no policeman should be in there booking nobody in the
Why?
first place.
Why?
Because the way the airport is configured, it is to do one simple thing: get people as quickly as you can.
Yeah, but
Those who are coming in, and I'll explain to you why. Because it's limited space.
yes, there is limited space.
Okay?
And it's also a limited mentality.
So when you have a police officer, I said, if you want to book somebody, get them around the corner and deal with them out there. Don't do it in the middle of the...
Well, I got something to say about that, Jit Comer. Call on the line, go ahead. Oh, I think I lost that caller. Call back. I got a problem only because I know how my people go. You come to pick up somebody. Drop it off ain't no problem now. You got when you drop them off, they got 10 bag, they will take it with the car, so that could get congested. But when you go down to customs now, the people want park right there and wait for their people to come out of customs. Everybody want park right there. And the minute someone parks on the right side by that bench, and you come in around that place and you see, oh, that's my people right there, up on the left side and block up the road, because it only can take you 15 seconds, you say, to go and get your people's bags from over there, put them in your car, because you don't want to drive all the way around and come back to get your people. That's when the congestion starts, and that's why the policeman's standing there.
Because LPIA refused to put the appropriate personnel in the correct places to be able to manage
You see the people there?
that movement.
We see the people there with the little uniform and the little badge. And they always tell us, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving.
But they don't understand.
They can book us too?
Huh?
Or they can't book us?
No, they can't book you.
They can't book us?
No.
That's why I used to keep moving. I said, they can book me. I said, but now even though you can't book me no more, you can't say nothing to me.
No, it's the airport has been configured, and the management, I continue to say this, have not been able to work it out.
Well, Mr. Coleman, they got a big parking lot to the north of that that has paid parking. And
Yeah.
Jesus Lord has charged plenty money.
There's also free parking
Well,
down on the other side, on the north side.
I used to go to one little free lot around there, but I think they block it off, eh?
No, it's not. It's still there.
How come we don't know?
Management, lack of management.
So, okay, what's the purpose of the free parking then? Is that just for like 15 minutes, 30 minutes,
No.
or that's parking for as long as I want?
For as long as you're there.
What in the world you telling me I used to be paying that big money down there for parking? That's big money, you know.
They call it the cell parking.
The who?
Cell parking.
What's that?
That's the term they use to describe it. Cell parking lot. Where you can go park your car, walk up on the door, find your people, drive your, or you just stay there until they call you and say, hey, I'm ready to go.
We don't know about that. If anyone knows about that, you got to call and tell me because I don't know nothing about
It's
that.
there.
All I know is the people blocking up the way because their people reach and they say, I come into customs right now, and those people wouldn't leave from there unless the policemen show up.
There is a plan in place, except the management of the airport do not understand how to implement that.
Okay, so let's say the airport has a plan that they're not using. Apparently, the port has a plan that they are using, and the taxi drivers are still not satisfied with that.
Yeah.
How do you figure that out?
You know, I've never been to the port.
Oh, you don't know nothing about the port?
I don't know anything
Well, if you're a
about the
taxi
port.
driver from the port, you need to call this show and tell me what's going on with the port because apparently those responsible for the airport, the schematics, they don't understand how to properly work it. And every time we go to the airport, especially around Thanksgiving time, Christmas time, those high peak times, it's mayhem at the airport. And so people, I'm listening to Mr. Jit Coleman today, and, I'm listening to you, and it seems to me that the biggest issue in civil service throughout the entire country is that of human resources. When it comes to how things should work in this country, the necessary training seems to be implemented in order for a more smooth operation of our country. I know the police force has ongoing training. The defense force has ongoing training. Supposing that customs would also have ongoing training as long as immigration. But there are other entities out there that seems to be lacking in training. And it's affecting our daily lives. And so, Mr. Jit Coleman, from whence you came as a child to now, you're seeing now a system of chaos, if I may say that. And do you see any rainbow in sight that can simply say to us that better days are ahead? You said you're fighting. You said for the last 20 years you've been pleading.
It's difficult. It's difficult.
Is there any one political organization that can probably fix the problem?
It's not really a political one,
So what is
See,
it?
because when you listen to the airport management, they boast on how much money they made over the last quarter. They can do that.
Yeah.
Beyond that, no. They're not concerned about what is happening in the commercial lane. They're not concerned how you are picking up who you come to pick up at all.
Not concerned.
No, they can't be.
My Lord. Caller, you're on the line. Go ahead.
God,
Hey.
good afternoon. I get it right today and to your guest.
Thank you for calling in.
This Grammy boy. Grammy boy could keep it simple so that everybody could understand.
And I didn't tell you, Grammy, why I can cut you because you like Belinda Wilson too much.
Of the game. Listen,
Uh-huh.
the problem is we was little children, we was able to jump on the phone. I used to be and my girlfriend on the phone till 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, jump on the phone, and we could call a meter cab.
35111. I got you.
35111.
That's correct. Yes, sir. Meter
So we
taxi.
didn't have that problem back then. But what happened as everything started to come swell from over the bar, politicians are focused on tourist numbers. What they start doing, each party would win. One politician can get 10 plates. One get 5. One get 20. And they take their boys and their people, and they you take these 10 plates. And allegedly, when you get your money at the end of the month, you bring me. And what happens to the nice little sizable taxi fleet? All of a sudden, it overflows. All kind of things in there now. You understand me? Everything in the world. So who do we blame for this situation at this point? The politicians and them who issue the taxi plate and overage a taxi plate and causing this problem. I can't see do good. But I'm a Bahamian and I out there. I'm 62. I've been around. I witnessed at least 2 occasions on Bay Street downtown that the police officers unlawfully and illegally almost harass taxi drivers. You understand? I ain't caping for them, but I see that myself. And a couple of us had to get around and tell the police, man, what you dealing with? You understand? Now we know what's going on with the tour drivers. Maybe what we need to do is tell them politicians, go back to the restructuring of the whole thing, take back some of them old bunch of plates y'all give to your friends, and do it the correct way. That's the problem, you know, because your guests can sit on there and be fancy with his words and stuff about this, that. Let's get to the problem. Let's get to the base of the problem. There's too much taxi plates, too much funny people, and too much this and that going on. Educate them that when the tour drivers come for the people, they come for these people with book from overseas.
Yeah.
That's as simple as that, man.
Boy, you got me laughing, boy. This is Garden Radio Today, 96.9 FM. Grammy, boy. Boy, I appreciate that call. We'll be right back, folks.
Try the rest, roll with the best. For all your printing needs, there ain't no one better, no. For posters and banners, magazines and flyers, for window decals, greeting cards and newsletters. No job too big and there's no job too small. You name it, we can print it. Just give us a call. Let Print Masters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
Don't wait for a storm to arrive. Stock up on hurricane supplies, make home repairs, purchase a generator, and more this hurricane season with a Fidelity personal loan. Make that move today. Call 356-7764.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM.
Jesus, Lord. And we're back. Well, listen to me. If you ever heard the conversations we have on this radio station when we off air, it would blow your mind. This is Guardian Radio Today, 96.9 FM. You're sitting with none other than Jit Culmer. My name is Garth Minard Roseborough, and we're having a great conversation here. 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259, anywhere from the Family of Violence, 300-5720, or you can text it at 42296. You got some texts here, but I'm telling you, Grammy Boy just made some statements. They were strong, Mr. Jit Culmer, and I know you want to respond to those. You want to respond quickly so we can take this call on the line? Go ahead, Mr. Culmer.
Yes. You know, the difficulty is the Road Traffic Act was written back in 1953, somewhere thereabouts.
Mm-hmm.
It has not been amended to any great consequence at all, because it didn't need to be. Every single one of those plates you see on the road with different colors are for a specific purpose. Every single one of them have a specific job that only they can do.
Supposed to do.
It's supposed to do. Okay?
But the hustle is real now. The hustle is real.
The only two public franchise on the road today, that's the taxi and the livery.
The taxi and the livery.
Yes. They are the only two franchise that can pull up to somewhere and pick up somebody and carry them.
The taxi and the livery.
The taxi and the livery.
You know, Uber and them other type of things.
No. When the tour operator come
Yeah.
to the airport,
Yeah.
he come for John Brown.
He can't pick up nobody else.
Can't pick up nobody
Or he ain't
else.
supposed to.
But you see that controller in that road traffic,
Slide your little something on the side.
seemingly
Just slip your little something. Just a little thing.
don't understand herself the difference between the franchise, because I made a complaint to her
But you ain't-
about a specific franchise, telling them the man working and he should not be doing it. When are you going to fix it? I don't know.
But
Yes,
you-
I'm talking about Miss Moxie.
But don't call no name, but I mean you
Yeah,
you just didn't get a woman a little thing. Call on the line, go ahead.
Hey, what's up, man?
All right, there, my brother. How you doing today?
Hey, man. Listen, man. Everything you see the government's talking about is true. I work from the airport, too.
You do?
Let me tell you another problem. Well, the lady's not there anymore. But one time ago, they never even locked the taxi stand. Now they understand it by the space, which is good. But everything in there, right down to the fridge, the TV, and everything in there, we put in there. So sometimes we sit outside, the phone ringing, we can't get inside because they lock the door. People be calling for taxis all hours of the night. You have taxi drivers who are there all hours of the night, but they choose to lock the door. And that was only because the lady who was there first before they let her go. You know what I mean? So they need to open the door. The door never used to lock under the previous administration.
So what happens is that
So now
person
when the people call for the taxis, they always say, "No, they won't come for the people. They blaming people." We can't come because we can't get the phone calls.
so this booth that you're speaking about,
The taxi stand,
the taxi stand at the airport.
right?
And
I think, like,
someone
they
is
put the
supposed to
stuff
be
in there.
there for security reasons, or there's no one there for security reasons to protect
No
the
one there-
TV
there's
and
no
the fridge.
security there, but the taxi drivers always there all hours.
So who would be responsible, let's say, on an
I guess
8-hour
not.
shift for anything,
not.
if anything
Because
missing?
They send their people to lock the door. So now the phone ringing, you're outside, you hearing the phone ringing, you can't even get to the phone.
But what I'm saying is that who's going to be responsible for the 8 hours of no one being there? Let's just say everyone is out, it's vacant, then
No, everybody ain't gonna be out.
so you
Everyone ain't gonna be out because we go by numbers and we have everything in line, with each person going at a time.
so 2-3 o'clock in the morning. Let's say something
if you
goes
call,
missing.
You can't get a taxi because no one can.
Okay.
Some people come down there, drive down there, to have a taxi go to their residence or whatever to pick up people to carry them certain places
Yes.
where they need to go.
Well, is there a number that we do call? Because I
Even
never
if you
even knew
call
there's
the
a number.
Yeah, there's a number.
But give me the
That's
number.
what-
You got the
people
number?
don't
Let the people
But
hear
if
the
you
number. 'cause
call
I
the
know but no number.
But if you call the number guard, you ain't gonna get no answer because the door is locked.
No, I think I understand what
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Taxi drivers are at the airport 24 hours.
Yeah, we don't know that.
And I think what he's saying, that NAD is now locking that stand and they cannot answer the telephone.
I agree. I understand that.
Yeah. And I don't see why they would do that since,
But I'm saying if they lock the door, someone should be there when they're locking the door to say, we still here.
yeah. Well, everybody know they're still there.
And they don't for what reason.
They do the same thing with us in the delivery area.
Well, then you all need to have a conversation about respect.
Yeah.
You got to have a conversation about respect. Call, I appreciate you, man. Next call on the line.
Hey, God.
Hey.
I call back.
Yeah.
We always tell them that every night.
But then you all have a miscommunication or there's a lack of respect.
They say their boss.
You have a lack of respect. That's what I'm saying to you again. You have a lack of respect because if
So
someone is always there.
We asked them one time, listen, have the boss come over to the taxi stand so they can know what's going on.
Uh-huh.
They ain't reached yet.
So you know what? Y'all ain't reached to me yet. Y'all ain't come on this show yet to even tell me what's going on. You just can tell me
See,
this
a lot
now.
a lot of people attack the taxi drivers. Yes, you might have some rogue taxi drivers, but all taxi drivers, all the big drivers, are the same. And it is shameful to hear the people think that we wouldn't want to kick around Bahamians, because I drive Bahamians all the time. You know what I mean? So I don't know why he was a student out there.
Well, boy, listen, this is news to
God.
us. This is news to us.
You're a businessman, right?
I'm a businessman, yes.
Money is money, right?
Good money, yes.
Whether it's small money or big money.
I'll take it.
You can spend it, right?
I got some other people who will spend it for me. But go ahead.
It's so funny. We have a domestic terminal that we have taxis that we service every day.
That is true. That is true.
So I don't know why there's even student out there.
Man, y'all need a better advocate. That's what y'all need someone who can advocate for y'all and negotiate on your behalf and be successful at it.
But seriously, now I need to leave that door open, man. Because I tired of hearing the people say they call it, or they got to get a friend or a family member to drive them to the airport, and then we take them from the airport where they got to go. That's not right, man.
I appreciate your call.
Yeah, brother.
I appreciate your call. You got a text here says, good afternoon. It seems like the road traffic personnel are put by the airport to attack the taxi drivers because, as Mr. Culmer said, when they ask taxi drivers for their badge, they don't ask the livery drivers or the tour companies. They said it's a cell phone parking. You're supposed to wait in the car until you get the call to pick up. So that person apparently knows about the cell phone parking lot. I need to find that. Of course, some BAME is going to abuse that, but I never knew it existed. And then someone says it's a satellite parking. It's a waiting place. And I need to find that. Good afternoon. Well, they repeated that text again about attacking. Someone says we have bastardized taxi transportation system. I want a cab to visit my mom in Carmichael Road. How do I go about securing a cab? We have a corrupt cab system that does not cater to Bahamians. They prefer to be parked up at the airport, hotels, and now want to bring that corrupt, unorganized style, my God, to the Nassau Cruise Port. Wow. Caller, you on the line? Nassau got in today. Hey, Jeff Delavo, how you doing, my friend?
Right here, my brother. And good afternoon, Mr. Culmer.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm very troubled by what I'm hearing thus far. I just tuned in maybe about 15 minutes ago. Garth, let me say this, and I think I'm going to be very unapologetic for this.
Well, you got 2 minutes for news.
Yeah.
Give me your best.
I'm going to do this quickly and straight to the point.
Okay.
In terms of these taxi plates, let's start with them. I believe that all these plates should be recalled. Persons who have taxis legitimately should get the plates. Those who are renting plates out allegedly, as it's been said over time and time again, you got politicians who got taxi plates. You got other persons, doctors, and then got taxi plates allegedly. I believe that all these plates should be called in and then let them re-register for these plates, because if you only got 6 cars and you got and you got 12 taxi plates, what are you doing with the taxi plates? Okay? Are you renting them? Are you leasing them? That is not the purpose of what this whole thing is supposed to be about. As far as I'm concerned, if you bought the cars, then you should have a plate for the cars. And if you don't have the cars, why should I be renting and leasing plates from you? Recall all of the plates and redistribute them. Now, as far as the Bahamian side of it, in terms of proper transportation, people, T5111 was the company that we used to call back in the day when a meter cab would come and pick you up. That service has then been revamped or has been removed. And I believe that someone needs to reintroduce that level of service, because guess what? The Bahamian prefer catching a taxi than driving cars, especially in this bumper-to-bumper rush hour traffic.
Well, Jeff Delavo, I appreciate your call. You're free to call back after the news. This is Guardian Radio Today, 96.9 FM, sitting with none other than Jit Culmer. I don't know if he's going to stick around after the news, but you're free to call in, because I want to get to talking to some Dr. Hubert Alexander Minnis with him, if I could. Some of that by-election talk in Golden Isles, and even maybe a little bit of blue. Someone said they saw Jit Culmer with blue. I got to find out, because Jit Culmer right now, he wearing a red tie. Blue on him. But we'll be right back after the news.
This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM.
And we're back, folks. We're back. You know, when you want that news, you got to tune in here to Guardian Radio. We got all try to keep you informed. You know, we as Bahamian people, it's an interesting country. You know, we have all these islands here in the sun, and you know, anytime you want to know what's happening in your down home situation of whether it's Maguana or it's Inagua, Crooked Island, Acklands, Long Key, Cat Islands, and Salvador, Long Island, whether it's Exumas or Andros. You know, this is what we are truly all about. We're all about keeping you informed. Freeport, Grand Bahama, Abaco, Berry Islands, Nassau Guardian News. This is where we're going to keep you abreast. And right now, this is Nassau Guardian Today, Nassau Radio Today, right here, sitting with Jid Culmer here on 96.9 FM, talking a little bit about taxi business. And Jid, I don't know if you have something else you wanted to add in on there, because you know I'm itching to talk about some politics with you. But what else you got there for us in the taxi business?
I want to say this with great sincerity. It is time that the managers of the port and the airport sit down and have a meaningful discussion and make sensible decisions before you do something and then somebody got to raise some hell in order to get something done. Mm-hmm. It is very unfortunate what happened at the port yesterday. Mm-hmm. It should not have happened, and I believe it is simply because there's somebody in that management who does not understand how to connect with human beings. We have almost the same thing at LPIA, where they have been wandering through the wilderness for years and still cannot come up with a fix for LPIA. It's a pick-up and drop-off situation. It's crazy. And that is as much as I would like to say about that.
Well, you brought some interesting things off air. I told the people that the conversations are very hot in the studio for some reason on the breaks. You all recall the time when they had that road traffic situation. I don't remember that, Wally. Wally's on the board today, folks. Shout out for Wally. But when they were selling, I think it was selling licenses or something like that, selling license plates and stuff like that. There's like a huge ring going on in road traffic. So you trying to tell me in 2025, we can't fix the transportation problems of the country, but we know how to run a ring, though. We know how to sell some plates, or we know how to give out some licenses. What was that ring all about again? Refresh my memory, man. I noticed something going on where they had some internal audit situation, like some license plates was missing or something like that. He even thought, okay, let me leave that alone. And he laughing. I think I put him in trouble. Good day, Mr. Garth. Grammy boy hit the nail on the head. There is too much political corruption in various enterprises, including tourist and taxi tour operators, creating daily chaos. Let's build a better Bahamas for the future. I like that text. I'm all about building the country for a better future. Someone says the cell parking is the first right through a gate right after the exit, or paid parking. And so I thank you for that information. I'm going to utilize that as well as some other people who continue to circle. You know, we like to circle around the airport. You waste a lot of gas, or you park on the side of the road, or you go to the Shell station, or you go over by domestic side and park on the side of the road. And so it's good to know that they do have that accommodation for us.
And it's free.
And it's free. We didn't know that. Now, the gall of the taxi cab union president requesting the minister give them some of inactive licenses so that they can now cater to Bahamians. Sounds like the former PM who said next time for the poor. That's your friend, next time for the poor. Caller, you on the line. Let's go. Guardian Radio Today. Go ahead, caller.
Mr. Roseborough.
Hey, man. Good day, my friend. How are you?
Oh, I thank God for life and small blessings.
Well, I thank God for you, man. I thank you for loving the Bahamas and being the person you are.
Yeah. I am also a public. I've never done the taxi or livery thing, right? But my personal view, I think there should be whole separate areas because, like Mr. Culmer said, you have tour companies that are people who pre-book before they even arrive in the country, right? I think there should be whole separate areas where once the guests come off the ship, representative there or off the airplane, they have a representative there to either walk them or take them to a tram or golf cart, whatever they want to do, to drive them to the buses. Because I feel that's what is causing the confusion at the cruise port and the airport. See what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
See, like how they have leisure tours, majestic tours, all them parked right there by the front door. I don't think it should be like that. And then down by the cruise port, Bahamas Experience, whose owner is the brother of a former prominent politician, we ain't call no names. Like the old saying, go call no name, take no blame. But I feel there should have been a setup where there's a whole separate area where once a guest has pre-booked before they arrive, whether online, by phone, by mail, however they do it, it should be a whole separate area where the tour operators are parked. Same with delivery. I know deliveries have a parking lot at the airport. I don't know how it works at the cruise port, but that's just my personal opinion.
I thank you for your call, man. A very, very interesting call, and I thank you for your level of intelligence, understanding, comprehension, and ability to go ahead and dispense that information to us. You being people, you're bright people, and this is what I love about the Bahamas. You know, our people could talk, we could put together a thought, and stand before any king or queen around the world if we have to. But boy, when we disgusting, oh God help us when we disgusting. You always be some disgusting people, you know. This person says, "Good day, Garth. Could you ask my mom, what is the status of the F&M or MCM?" See, I better get my glasses on. Let me put that on MCM. I always thought to ask my mother because I know my mother. They're having snowfall in Michigan right now, and it's beautiful out there right now. But ask MCM, what is the status of the F&M as a few persons are leaving to join the PLP? Now, y'all trying to jumpstart my show. Y'all just can't be patient and wait sometime. Let me hold that one for the other show. Because we was talking about transportation and the issues of the Ministry of Transportation and that of the tourism sector in terms of the treatment of those at the port and those at the airport. And I do believe that, as Mr. Jit Culmer said, this is a vital ministry, a vital service that we offer to especially the foreign people, as well as the Bahamian people, but for those coming into our country as a portal, like you said, for the first time. This is where their tourism experience begins after they leave the airport itself. And that experience in the taxi cab, that's vital, or in the livery car or the tour bus, that is vital. And if the first thing they see when they come out is chaos, and they can say, but Jesus, this is not a banana republic. But if we could do some type of first-class world system to where they come and get the ease of entering into their vehicles and going to their accommodations in a timely and smooth fashion, then, hey, maybe our ratings for experience of being here would actually go up. Well, Mr. Jit Culmer, you go ahead. Go ahead, because I was just about to jump on our politics now, but go right ahead.
Let me say this. For the first time, we have a first-class airport in this country. And it has been designed for comfort and safety.
Yeah.
All it takes is for the management of NAD to get down and look at what they have, and I'll tell them how to do it. If they don't know how to do it, I could tell them how to do it and get people in and out of the airport safely.
Well, what I will do, because after that last courage, those people to have a conversation with people like yourself, Mr. Jit Culmer, the caller that just called in a while ago, and, we have something to offer. What they're saying is that based on their years of experience, they do have something to offer. And so I like when government and when people who legislate, people who are responsible for policy, people who are responsible for administration, humble themselves and have a conversation with the very people who have the experiences necessary to share in order to make things a bit better and brighter for this country. Well, just now Gabby has entered into the station. I'm going to let one break. This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. We're going to let Gabby get 236-232-325-4316, 325-4259, anywhere from the Family of Violence, 3005720, or you can text at 422-4796. When we get back, no more taxi, no more transportation, just politics, politics, politics. Let's get down to the by-election. Let's get this down here at Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. We'll be right back.
Beulah, gal, can you believe this? We are now the patrol queens of the neighborhood.
We now large and in charge. So we need to check out what's going on in everybody's yard. What about that gun that we know that Junior and his homeboys just ran out? Can we report that too? But we could be in deep trouble if they find out.
We need to report what we see, Beulah. When you call Crime Stoppers, they just answer your call in Miami.
So then we can report everything? Guns, where they hiding the drugs, who shoot who part of which gang, or who disturbing the peace with the loud music and the motorcycles.
Then our neighborhood will be the best in the Bahamas, and everybody gonna want to come live here. And then our house price will go up, gal.
So what we waiting on? What's the number?
If you see something, say something. Let us all pitch in and stop the crime before it's your time. Call 328-8477 from Nassau or 242-300-8477 from the Family Islands. Or text us through the Crack Crime Bahamas app. Stop the crime before it's your time.
Some people come and go. Others work for you every single day, whether through free classes for students or programs for the elderly. We've been building Golden Isles for years, while others waited for their time to shine. I'm Brian Brown, and I know it is something you earned. On November 24th, vote FNM, because this time around, we're going with Brian Brown.
Paid for by the Free National Movement.
This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM.
And we're back, man. Listen to me. Big fight in Guardian Radio again, man. Gabby coming here, pure chaos, man. MCM smiling from ear to ear. Wally talking about why is it that every time you catch a taxi cab, the prices be different for every time you jump in a taxi cab. No regulation, no understanding what the price is, and then Gabby can come in and try to fix the system. We ain't talking no more transportation in here, man. We getting 2, 3, 4 different stories. We ain't want that. We want the real story as to what's happening. But caller, you on the line. Say what you got to say so we can get on to our business. Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, God same you get more last name than Cubans.
Well, man, is everything. As a matter of fact, I got a Bahamian right now. I introduced to Uncle Sarah for tomorrow or Wednesday, who just joined, what the fella name in Africa? Tory. What do you name? Ibrahim Tory. Yeah, he's one of 600 delegates that now sitting with Ibrahim over there in Africa. Y'all Bahamians ain't easy. So he probably could change his name too. So I'm no longer Garth Minard Roseborough. I'm Garth X.
All right, that won't sound good. That won't sound better. That won't sound better than them European names.
Well, I appreciate you, my brother. What's going on today, man?
Man, same like only the public servants and the taxi drivers could strike, man. Or could demonstrate and get what they want. What happened? Law for them. Tell me them get caught to block up things.
When they're ambassadors, we really can't do without them.
No, but shoot, they can't. The only thing they doing is blocking up the road. Plenty of competition. They only them to drive their car to care people where they need to go.
Well, I can tell you this. If you use your car and you block up the road,
Yes,
when
we
they
lock
told
up.
you and lock you up, I ain't got no...
They ain't no law for them. What's going on? I don't like that.
I think the taxi unions pay their people bail, you see, so they can do them things.
Ricardo, you know what you need to do?
Yeah.
If I had the power like you, my former union for all the private workers, all the private sector workers, man, and show these people what time it is so we can get what we need.
Well, you believe union thing, you know. I really did. I thought about that just yesterday. You must see in the spirit, eh?
Yeah, because we ain't got no power. That's why I'm saying only the public service. They get union and the taxis. They get the money.
But the minute I start this union, they can say I was a socialist. They can say I just bring in too much
you could
order.
be like, what's his name? Then we get our free bus and you know what I mean? Rent control and all them type of things.
But what you think with this by-election, man? Tell me what you got. Tell me what you think about it. You ain't got to really
I want to find out what these people mandate is in the by-election. That's what they get. I ain't had no mandate yet.
We ain't
they
got
getting away scot-free. No mandate. What they promising us? Press the board hole, lots of mandate? That's really fool. But they say that's a silly season. We silly. We always silly.
Well, Mr. Coleman, you agree with that? You see, you hear any mandate out there?
Man, ain't no mandate. Mandate come from the people.
Well, mother said...
They got to promise us what we say we want, and then they may put it in, promise us that's our mandate. That's their mandate. They ain't got no mandate. What they mandate is to fix the board hole. That's silly.
Well, I know we had a couple of them on the air. They was talking. They ain't talking no mandate to us.
No mandate. We ain't asked them for no mandate.
Oh, great.
We ain't asked them if they could get free bus.
Oh, man. Boy, I appreciate you.
Get some free, what they call it, duty free.
My Lord, I appreciate your call, but I really do. Have a good one, my brother.
Get some mandate out these people, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Listen, this weekend I got to talk, man. God being scared to talk my business.
Okay.
Let me take this call on the line. Go ahead, caller. Caller, you on the line.
God, how you doing?
How you doing? Good, my brother. What's going on?
Hey, wait, no, bro. Hey, quick question, right?
Uh-huh.
Could you get someone to fix that light by East Street and Bay Street, please? Not for my sake, not for the people who drive the sake, but for God's sake, someone please fix that light.
East Street and Bay Street.
Yeah. When you coming from
yeah, I know.
the police station.
Yeah.
Yeah, that light ain't working, man. What we need about? I can't go by Kelly's by Umbalde.
You know what?
I can't go by Kelly's by Umbalde, but nay, so we can start working it.
My friend, I think she running transportation. I can ask her about that. I got a number.
Yeah,
I call her.
we need to fix that light, man. That causes no kind of problem. People cussing, people about to fight.
I don't
know what's going on.
I can ask her about that. That ain't no problem. I appreciate you, my brother.
All right, then, bro.
All right, good. Now, what a sec. I try to talk my business without people talking my business. How does this work? Because this weekend, everybody was in Golden Isles. Everybody. So I standing by the clinic right there in Adelaide. The guy be smiling. All I hear is, God. I said, Jesus, who is this? But I look, Gabi catch me by the clinic in Adelaide. And I said, Gabi, what you doing down here, man? Gabi said she come to see for herself. So, Gabi, what you see when you get in Adelaide?
Well, firstly, good afternoon, everyone. I know y'all. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Let me do my.
You must.
Good afternoon, Sean. Good afternoon, Evie. Good afternoon, all those down by Wilson Shoe Shop on Market Street. I got to do all my fan base.
Yeah,
good afternoon to all of you lovely listeners on Guardian Radio today. But let's get to it, because God and dog, but that.
How was the banana bread?
Don't worry about that. That banana bread was good, especially with some ice cream.
Okay, good. I just want to let people know that when you come on this show, we only bring good things on this show. You know what she sell one of them banana bread for?
We never got the price, You
didn't have to get no price. She gave the person a price which was under $10. And
but I ain't get my coconut banana bread.
Guess how much the person paid for one of them? The man gives the woman a $32 tip. The man paid anyway. The banana bread was good. But anyway, go ahead, Gabi.
Boy, but everyone was out in Golden Isles this weekend. Golden Isles was busy on Saturday, and when I say everybody, from my ride down, I hit Carmichael Road, I passed Brian Brown headquarters,
yes.
I saw red.
You see red.
So I drive down, I hit Call Harbor roundabout, I see blue.
Yeah.
They on the park.
Mm-hmm.
So I go on down, I say, let me go hail God. this weekend.
Oh,
I
God.
say, I know I could catch him good.
Yeah, you catch me good.
So I turned to Adelaide, then I saw a crew of blue. They was in Adelaide too.
Yeah, by the park.
It was by the park.
Yeah.
So I drove down and I saw a guard hanging out by the
Talking.
clinic.
Now you know I be talking to people. I don't want people to think I be talking. I be talking to people. Go ahead.
So I said, God, you working out or you hardly working down here?
I was watching them build somebody's house.
So God said, well, these said cross the road, building people house.
Building the whole house.
So I say, wow, that's what it take you. I see why God say
We
Golden
need that
Isles
by-election.
needed this in there building house.
And this morning I see them building another one.
My God, you think that's what it takes?
Of course. See, Mr. Culmer, tell him, Mr. Culmer, talk. You's the senior man here. Tell them what time it is in Golden Isles. If you don't get your things now, you probably can get it for another 20, 30 years.
Get it for another 20 years.
They're gonna get it, but do you think it's going to be sufficient to
It don't
move
matter.
the needle?
It don't matter.
But we talking about the outcome.
Miss, it don't matter.
So all I got is things to get there.
Miss, it don't matter. What matters is we get the thing done.
So you got the thing done.
Yes.
You're getting the thing done,
Yes.
God.
Yes.
And come next week, Monday. Do you
Okay.
realize that?
What's the next week, Monday?
Next week, Monday, is going to be the advanced polls.
Okay. Tell us about that.
So
tell us how that
the,
works.
The advanced polls are for those persons that work usually in law enforcement. So those persons who are elderly, seniors, any reason why, who may be traveling, but you have to sign up. So you can't just show up and say you live in Golden Isles. You come to vote in advanced polls. You would have had to sign up. Like the deadline was November 6th, I would have believed, which has passed.
Yes.
So that list is being certified. That register is being certified for those persons who will be voting in Golden Isles.
Okay.
So we're going to get the first litmus test of how the energy is moving into that by-election from that advanced poll. So come the 17th, you would have all those police officers in Golden Isles, all those civil servants, all those seniors in Golden Isles, all those persons who may be traveling during the by-election date. They're going to be the first set of people to cast their vote. Did you register for the...
Miss, I brought my card here last time to show you all I
ain't
point
talking
brand
about
new.
that. I talking about you voting on the 17th or you voting on the 24th?
The 24th.
Or you in voting early. Why you voting? Why you in? And you need to be...
Because I just bring up the...
That don't make... You should have done cast your
I
vote.
ain't
You ran your
casting no
beating round.
vote.
You want make sure you could tell them I ain't
Thank
vote
you.
yet. Give me
Oh.
my digs.
See, she's talking too much. This is why I talk too much. You let them talk, they talk too much. Y'all people just talk too much. Listen to me, people. This is how this thing gonna work. Everybody came in there with promises. Some people are doing what they say they gonna do. Other people promising what they gonna do. And other people just simply saying, well, if you don't like them too, then give us a chance. Now, I want you to understand what I just said, Mr. Culmer. Mr. Culmer, this is what I just said to you. Some people doing, some people saying they gonna do, and the other person saying, well, if you don't like them too, give us a chance. Now, how does that sound to you, Mr. Culmer?
We got some problems.
Oh, you got some problem?
Some serious problems.
Well, I want to know what the winning formula is because I want to mix this up a little bit for you. This is what I tried to explain to a friend of mine. He said he might call the show. What I see, can I be honest?
Go ahead.
Can I be honest? 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Anywhere from the Family of Violence, 300-5720, or text at 422-4796. This is what God saw. I saw a situation where the candidate is not the strength of the campaign, but the party is. I saw where the other one, the candidate, is the strength of the campaign, but the party is not. I saw the other one where there's no strength at all other than hope and a prayer. That's what I saw. Now, I didn't call no names, but you could identify, as I said, as to who you think that is. And I'm sure if you're smart, I don't have to spell it out for you. If I got to spell it out for you, then you just said, and it ain't cheap. Caller, you on the line. Caller, you on the line. Go ahead, caller. Hello?
Good day, good day.
Hey.
Yes, good day.
Again, the echo. You got your radio on?
Hello?
You have your radio on?
Yeah.
Turn it off. or down?
Hello?
Yeah, I'm listening to you.
Good day to you all.
Good day.
Good day.
Well, I'm trying to figure out,
Yes?
in the Western Grand Bahama seat,
Yes.
the PLP, the government, who is the government today,
Yes.
they win the election,
Yes.
but the work still left undone. So what's the difference?
Well, the difference is you're in Golden Isles now, and the work is being done.
So why they don't do the work in Grand Bahama?
Well, that's a great question. That's something that Grand Bahama and Bimini is going to have to answer. But as for the people in Golden Isles, the work is being done, and it's up to the people of Golden Isles to consider and to make a choice based on what is being done, or what can be done, or what might be done. There's a scenario. For instance, let me break it down to you. We've not had anything done for some time. I know when Michael Akitas was there, some work had been done, but of course he lost in a wave. Some work has not been done since, per se, in a magnanimous way. Not that nothing has been, we could readily recognize, okay? Now that work is being done, we are excited that work is being done. We can choose the work that is being done, hoping that more will be done as of now until the by-election, and hope that it will be done more within the 6 or 8 months up to the general election, or we can choose someone who's been on the ground and who has been doing but could only do so much and no more, in hope that either their government prevails and becomes the next government, and hope that that government allows their candidate to do the work that we're getting now, or if that candidate wins and their government loses, then we know that ain't nothing get done then either. And then the other one, well, you know, it is what it is.
Hello?
It makes sense to you?
You're here.
Hello?
Yeah, that makes sense to you?
Yes, but what if all the work they're doing and they fail and they don't come out successful? Then what happened there?
If they're doing the work,
everybody in the constituency might not be looking at this like that, because some people might said what they're doing, they were supposed to do that. That's not new. That's their job.
That is possible. That is possible. And if that happens, remember now, that party is still going to be the government of the Bahamas until the general election, which means that we definitely may or may not get the work done. And if that party wins in the next general election, then you know that means also for Golden Isles, right?
All right.
I'm just being fair.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
I appreciate your call. Next call on the line, let's go. Caller, you on the line.
Scott.
Hey, buddy.
Good afternoon to you and your guests.
Good afternoon, my
you
friend.
Know,
Uh-huh.
I knew I was telling somebody the same thing what you were saying.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you something. I see strength for the party,
Mm-hmm.
for the PLP.
Okay.
Because a man who been on there who they claim being 9 years, 10 years, and he's supposed to run with that. But it seems like the party behind him don't have that energy for the COLI.
See who?
There's no hope.
You got to see OI.
For that,
He means the COI.
for that woman,
Mm-hmm.
independent.
Mm-hmm.
You get me?
I'm with you so far.
Okay.
I appreciate you, my brother. Mr. Jit Coleman, you've been around politics for some time. Now, let me just put this out there to everybody before you all get crazy. And we have some text in the copy we'll read to you in a minute. When I sit here, I'm not sitting here as a cheerleader. I'm sitting here looking as objectively as possible at the situation that is before me as a resident of Golden Isles. I'm listening to the people on the ground, and I'm simply saying that if you know you have a weakness, then it's now up to you to strengthen yourself in that regard. And if you fail to do so successfully, then there is a high possibility that you will not prevail. I'm not God. I don't represent all the people of Golden Isles. I'm just simply saying, based on the evidence that I see, that this is more probable as to what can occur. Jit Coleman, what do you see?
I'm going to be honest with you.
Yes.
I have not done anything at all with regards by election.
Mm-hmm.
I have not been politically active or as active as I should have been for the last several months. And so, no, I don't know. If you're going to ask me about the Free National Movement, you might not like my answer, but the by-election is going to make a determination for a whole lot of people in this election.
Mm. Well, you're a senior man. You don't have to say that to me because I respect you. But I do like what you just said a while ago about the importance of this by-election, looking at it in proximity to the general election. How much weight would you say this by-election truly has?
A whole load of it.
A load of it?
A whole load of it.
Can this determine future leadership? Can this determine future general election outcomes? How deep does this actually go?
This can determine whether or not the government, now government, would be returned to office. It could make that determination. And I'm sure you want to ask me, the question is, what do I think about Brian Brown and the FNM?
No, I don't want to ask you that.
You don't want to answer me that?
No, he doesn't.
Because,
you're not obliged to answer.
Because I have that much respect and regard for you. I told you that before. What I would want from you and your experience is to just simply explain to me how much strength would you invest in a by-election of this nature, knowing that the by-election is this close?
I would not have done what I see my party doing today in regards to this election campaign. It is almost to a point where, and I want to go back to Marco City. Marco City in Grand Bahama. When Sir Cecil died, David Thompson won that seat in opposition.
Mm.
That has always been an unlikely case. And so if I were leader, I would have done something differently.
Oh.
Would I have contested the elections? Yes, I would. But my modus operandi would have been different.
Oh, how so?
You are taking good money today, spending it on something that is wasteful. I would have simmered it down.
You wouldn't spend as much?
No. What we're doing now, we wasting time, we wasting money.
Who's wasting time and who's wasting money?
I'm talking about the FNM.
Why? Why would you say that? There's been no, and this is from my observation, from my objection. Even in the case of previous leadership under the FNM, there's been, even when there were signs of, with Mr. Ingram as leader, that, take 2012 for an example, that they would have not won that by-election in 2011, that they would not have won that by-election. He still went. I feel like a lot of persons don't want Mr. Pintard to forge his own pathway of leadership. They're constantly comparing him to this leader, to that leader, instead of allowing him to become his own leader and let his leadership take skill and form. If not Golden Isles and Brian Brown, then which constituency? If this had been maybe even an Angliston from the data to statistics, I would have said, no, wait, don't do it. Save your resources for the generation in there because of the reputation that has been held in Angliston by those voters. The same cannot be said and rung true in Golden. I think that of all the constituencies, this one has the most favorable chances for the FNM and the Free National Movement, for Brian Brown and for Michael C. Pintard. This is not a test of leadership, and I think people should not beckon it to that. The general election date will come. It has to come. It isn't going, it's coming. Whether it comes in January or to October. They have until October 2026 to call a general election. That day will come. But as for now, this day, this by-election, I think that a lot of persons want to make this about Pintard, want to make this about his leadership, but this has nothing to do with that. This has everything to do with Brian Brown, their candidate that the Free National Movement sent in there, who's been working in there, and many senior persons from the Progressive Party, even Leslie Miller just said the other day, he was like, I was on the ground in there, and I will admit to you, I spoke to several persons, and Darren Pickstock will have to get to doors. That's something you cannot take away. So while persons are trying to create this election as though it's going to be a leadership election, it is not. Because it does not matter who wins, the prime minister of this country will not change. We all understand that. So this election is every bit about the person, the personalities, and what people feel like they deserve in Golden Isles. They are going to, this is all happening. I'm getting all these roads. They're smooth. They're paved now. I'm getting this now. But guess what? We got it with Kingsley Ferguson in the by-election. Election time, by-election, we always get these things. But is this where I want my representation to be limited to? Or also, when you get in the House of Assembly, I don't care if you're a backbencher because voters have voted independent candidates out. They know that independent candidates they know that they wouldn't be able to get certain things done. But guess what? They can continue to agitate, they can continue to lobby, and they can do as much as they can do with their constituency allowances. So I just wanted to make that extremely clear that I, in my personal believe that there is no better opportunity the Free National Movement would have had to run of all the by-elections. This one is their most favorable one. I see we have a call on the line, though, Garth.
Yeah, we do have a caller, and I do believe that by-election was, 2010? I know it's 2010 more than 2010.
Somewhere around the 2000s.
Yeah, but it was 2010. Go ahead, call on the line. Let's go ahead. Calling on the line.
Good afternoon. How you doing, Garth?
Hey, what's saying, Anton? Boy, you're a good caller. Which year was that by-election in Elizabeth again? 2010?
I ain't thinking about that right now. I'm thinking about the comments that Javi just made, so I'm not losing focus on what I called to say.
Well, you know
right? Ask me that after I finish.
We'll go ahead, but then give me your best 2 minutes. Then let me hear you. Go ahead.
And then also something that good afternoon, Mr. Coleman. Good afternoon, Gabby.
Good afternoon. It sounds like you both to come for me and Dawn, because you can't even answer one simple question for God, and then we can move on.
I ain't losing focus. I definitely coming for you. Mr. Coleman.
Hey.
Earlier you were speaking about the LPIA, right?
Mm-hmm.
Frankly, I don't think you were fair in how wide you cast the net. I can appreciate you expressing concerns in the area of focus that you work in because you have to face that every day, right? And the challenges that you may see as challenges that exist down there in your operation. But the reason why I'm picking on that is because, and I looked it up at the time when you were having a discussion, so I was listening pretty much for the entire show. Just to share how far back I was listening. And the reason why I say it's not fair, because the LPIA was voted as the number one, the best airport in Latin America and the Caribbean for the entire 2024, right? Now, I don't know where we will rank whenever they release their statistics or their findings this year, but certainly last year, LPIA was the best, not amongst the best. Not the third, not the fourth, not the fifth. Number one, ranking persons who actually utilize the services of the airport, right? Who go around and rate airports, all of the airports that carry between 2.5 to 5 million guests, right, per annum. And LPIA came out number one. Now, Gabby, I hear this music going on. God, should I continue on?
Go continue. You have your.
Go ahead and call back, Antoine. I got to respect the producer. You can hang on or call back. But this is Guardian Radio Today, 96.9 FM. We'll be right back. Antoine is on the line. And I'm joined with Gabby and Jit Kalma. We'll be back.
Step inside the John Baptiste Jazz Club at Baha Mar, where the rhythm of the islands of the Bahamas meet every night. The lights dim, the music swells, and the air fills with that unmistakable energy. The kind that makes you close your eyes and just feel. Savor signature cocktails, curated small plates, and live performances from world-class musicians, all in an intimate, artfully designed space where every seat has a story. Whether it's a romantic night out or a spontaneous evening with friends, this is where you want to be. The John Baptiste Jazz Club, only at Baha Mar. Reserve your table now at bahamar.com/jazz club or through the Baha Mar app, because every evening plays its own tune.
Love the show? Want to give your support? Become a sponsor today. Call 302-2300 for our rates and packages. That's 302-2300. Become a sponsor on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Janae's Chesapeake 40% off decorations this season. Christmas trees in a variety of sizes and colors, and decorated by choosing from the largest variety of Christmas decorations in town. Musical LEDs and laser lights, ornaments, lighted angels and Santas, garlands, wreaths, tree skirts, stockings, and lots and lots more. Oh, the array of flowers and picks choices. And don't forget the toys, they're 40% off. Up to 40% off things Christmas at Janae's. Restrictions apply. Check out some selections online at www.janae's.com. This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM.
Hold on. And we're back. And Antoine was making a statement, and Jit Kalma wanted to respond to that. So before we go back to Antoine, Mr. Kalma, what do you have to say?
I never made mention of the rating of LPIA in none of my commentary today. I continue to say that the LPIA is a top rating facility in this area, in this region. Mm-hmm. What I did say is that LPIA continue to brag about the amount of money which they have been making over the years, and they announce it quarterly, every year. Mm-hmm. Okay, that is what I was speaking to. And my suggestion is that they take some time out to continue to upgrade the airport as they should, and bring it into the status where it will feel comfortable. The taxi drivers, delivery drivers, and everybody else who work in those facilities would be comfortable.
I appreciate that. That sounds like a statesman's conversation. Caller, you on the line. Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, back with me, guy?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, I heard you, Mr. Kalma, but the reason why I commented on that is because you made the statement that you called the name of the construction company. And you said that from that construction company completed their work and turned over the airport, it has never run the way it's supposed to run, and that the people on there don't know what they're doing.
You're referring to when he said NAD? You're referring to the word NAD? That's what you're talking about?
Pardon me?
When he said NAD?
No, he didn't say NAD.
But
he called a particular construction
He doesn't recall that name.
Right. But
go ahead quickly. I got some other callers on the line, so go ahead.
Yeah, just to move on to the other point. Mm-hmm. Gabby.
Hi.
Who would have selected the candidate for the general election for the FNM in Golden Isles?
Who would have selected them?
Yeah, who would have selected the candidate for the FNM?
It's a process. The Constituency Association recommends one, just like how the PLP has a process. Mm-hmm. So both parties have a process.
And does the leader participate in that process?
The leader participates to an extent, as I've come to understand, but the leader doesn't handpick a candidate.
I disagree with you when you say to an extent, because we see what's happening now there in Kalani based on...
no, Anton, you can't say that.
You picked that fight. Anton, I like that fight. I can take another caller. I like that, Anton. I appreciate that call. I like that, Anton. Next call on the line, let's go, caller. But Anton, picking fight, I like it, caller.
Yeah, good day, Gabby and Mr. Culmer. Well, Anton, the lotion man, the PLC, them, when he talk about the airport at LPIA and how good it's doing, but that's the government's responsibility to have our main airport in the country up to speed, right?
Yes.
Let me just say something to you, Mr. Anton. You need to say to your leader and your deputy leader who is in charge of airports and investment in this country that Friday will make 3 years, right, since I wrote to them about the illegal runway at Pittston on my property, and I'm going to court on Wednesday, day after tomorrow, to deal with it, okay?
Well, boy,
so we're talking by election here, right? Don't come here talking, trying to lotion, but airports, because you like the lotion, them people, okay?
Well, boy, I gotta... You even start talking legal talk, you know, my brother, I love you and all, but I gotta let you go. Next call on the line, let's go. Next call on the line. Boy, me, I so scared of court. Anytime they start talking about court, that's when you lose me. But go ahead, caller. Caller on the line.
I was listening to the scenarios that you outlined for the Golden Isles by-election.
Yes. Let's hear it.
One of the scenarios that you left out, which I believe is the best scenario.
What's that?
The scenario is, if I were Golden Isles, knowing that the government cannot change as a result of a by-election, if the government party actually wins, I would vote for the one of the other parties. You will have another few months before the general election for the government to pump more money into the constituency with the hopes of winning the general election. So you would have it on two sides. You would get the money that is being pumped into it now, but then if the government loses, they would now pump more money before the general election, and the constituency will be much better off.
That is a scenario, and I appreciate that. That's an observation, and I appreciate that. Next call on the line. Let's go ahead quickly, caller, because we got a whole lot of text to get to.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, man. It sounds like my good friend Erica.
I heard Gabby say that allow Pintar to forge his own leadership style. I'm sorry. With all of this, right? But he didn't want to contest the election because if I could remember clearly, it was him who said, this is money that could be given to the poor. This is people that are under the pressure of heavy light bills.
He's saying he said that to the government having a by-election versus a general election. Don't mix the 2 points up.
No, that's what I'm talking about with the by-election, though.
Yeah,
that's what he said. He said we shouldn't spend this type of money for a by-election. And I mean, yes, I agree that I think that Brian Brown is one of the FNM's strongest candidates. However, can he go up against the PLP machinery?
Well,
he's in
the race, and we'll see on the 24th.
Because people are not voting for Brian Brown. They're voting for the leader.
They're voting for Brian Brown.
You have
it's a by-election.
They're voting
for Brian Brown. The result of the election does not change who is the prime minister of this country. Therefore, they have a choice between them to vote for the candidate.
This is the reason why they got rid of Minutes, because they said it was Minutes
got to do with
the people, not the other MP.
All right,
thank you so much, Erica. Okay. Thank you so much for your call. What?
Gabby.
Minutes, God, you don't let nobody talk to you sideways, so you know I'm going to come on this air way talking to me sideways.
Mute Gabby, Mike.
Mute Gabby, Mike.
Gabby, Mike. Thank you. Mr. Culmer, this political season, Golden Isles, the focus Golden Isles. I have never seen so many political pundits in my life. So many political analysts in my life. And everybody has their view, their opinion, their facts, can bend out of shape. But the one thing I like about politics is on November 25th.
That's when it will
Put Gabi mic back on. I like when Gabi laugh. Because she knows it's true.
No. You don't let nobody talk to you no kind of house, so nobody can talk to me no kind of house.
Next call on the line.
I had a point.
Next call on the line.
Good afternoon, everyone.
It's 4 minutes too. Don't forget. Text on the line.
Hello.
Yeah, go
Good
ahead.
afternoon. Sorry,
Good
caller.
afternoon.
We apologize.
I'll say this, Mr. Rossborough.
Yes, sir.
Were you home on Saturday in your area?
I could have been.
Okay,
but I was out and about. I was all over the place.
You didn't see what was taking place in your area on Saturday?
I saw everything.
Okay.
You saw me?
Has anybody reached out to you as yet?
Oh, no.
Okay.
But I was there.
One particular question I'd like to ask all of you in the room. Change if Brian Bond becomes successful in Golden Isles that he has done in 8 years that will change to make a difference.
Well, if you're asking an intelligent man like myself, I'll tell you what could happen. He's going to get access to that money in the Treasury that is given to all members of Parliament to do whatever that $150,000 does. So if $75,000 is left there for his term, it will be up to him and his team to manage those funds. As to what the people of Golden Isles will expect from him, it may just be simply minimal. They may just simply want the Thanksgiving dinners. They may simply want just the Christmas cards, the Valentine cards. It's really up to the people of Golden Isles as to what will be acceptable once that person is chosen. Now, if you're looking at the magnitude of what can be given and what more than likely will not be given, that is where we have that discussion and that debate as to whether or not the government will continue whatever they started or they will cease. The question would then be, if Brian prevailed and he comes back again and prevails in the general election, but the FNM loses, what can he possibly do at this particular level? If the FNM wins and Brian wins, will they favor him to continue anything in the constituency? And if the FNM wins and Brian loses, will they look favorably at Golden Isles in the general election? And so there's a whole lot of possibilities there. I live in Golden Isles. Right now, Golden Isles is on the move. And right now, people are making a decision between the person who's the candidate or the party. That's what I see right now in front of me.
Amen.
That's what I see. Listen, man, I got to cut the lines off right now, Gabby. The microphone is all yours. Say what you got to say first, though, before you read them texts. Me and you ain't going to leave your mad today.
I ain't even reading no text because we done mad. We done mad.
What you mad for?
We done mad.
You's a host.
We done mad.
You as a host, you got to be a gracious host.
I am a gracious host.
I tried to bend to you.
But disrespect is no laughing matter.
Oh, Lord, look at
no
this.
Laughing matter.
When Bane Tower Woman catch a fire, even the devil run. Hey, thank you so much, folks, for tuning in. This is Wally, the producer. We had Jit Culmer today. We got Gabi right here with us today, always bringing us a fun-filled show. She like to fight, man. She like to fight WWF in the Bahamas. Gabi versus Garth. Let's go, let's go, let's go,
ding,
Guardian.
Ding, 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 ding.
We'll see you again on Thursday. Take care.